Dear students, it is a continuation of previous lecture. So, as I was talking to you in previous lecture, I have explained that if you have this gap, you cannot continue by double clicking, but what you can do is you can still drag and apply the same formula to the downward rows, and if you want to discontinue it, delete the formula from the values generated by the formula from the blank row, so you can delete it as well. But when you are in the continuity, there is no need to drag again and again. You just double click and that the formula is going to be applied till the value is from till where your values are in the continuous manner or in the continuity. So I'm eliminating all these values and I'm back uh, doing control Z so that I can reach to my previous stage. Now, as you know, I told you there are two methods to drag the formula. One, I have applied the formula in this particular cell and I can drag it by holding from here and dragging my mouse towards the right side. Another way, another way of doing the same result by using instead of mouse, you can use keyboard as well. What you have to do is you have to select the value in which your formula is available. Then you have to hold your shift button and then keep selecting by clicking on right arrow key till the cell where you want to apply the same formula or you want to drag the formula. And then you have, by using keyboard command, you can apply the same result which you have applied by using dragging by using the mouse. So what is that command? If you are going to press Control and R, that is rightward drag. Control R, R means rightward drag. Control R together, the same result is generated by using keyboard. In a similar way, if you want to apply the same formula in order to generate marks for remaining number of students, so I am going to keep it selecting these 5 cells in which the subject 1 to 5 marks are available of student number 1, and I hold the shift button and then I'm going to press down arrow key till student number 10 because I want to apply the same above formulas. I want to drag it downward, or I want to, instead of dragging it by using mouse, I can apply it by using keyboard commands. So since in order to drag it rightward, we have the command Control R. In order to drag downwards, first we have to select till where I want to apply that formula. I have selected, you can see over here, all 1 to 10, all students are already selected, all the cells are selected. Now downward drag means Control D. So if I'm going to hold Control button and then press D, Control D means downward drag. Actually, when you are working on Microsoft Excel, it it makes you irritate that you go from keyboard to mouse and mouse to keyboard. So many times you prefer to work on the keyboard as only. So as many thing you know by using keyboard, it helps you to perform your activities quickly. So now after this, I'm going to apply obtain marks formula. So what is the formula to get the obtained marks of student number 1 for all 5 subjects? Actually, I have to sum all these values. So I have a sum formula in Microsoft Excel. So as I told you that before, right, starting the formula, first I have to press equals to button, then SUM. When I'm going to press SUM, there are so many sum formulas, among which simple sum formula is at the top. So by double clicking or by selecting using key upward and downward arrow key and then pressing tab, I have selected the sum formula. So from where to where I have to perform the sum. So from here, by using mouse, I'm going to drag it till all these 5 results. So you can see I have sum of all these values from cell number F5 to many times you said that student number 5 to student number 10s are in a group. So 5 to 10 or 5 dash 10 means similar. Instead of 5 to 10 or 5 dash 10, we use in Microsoft Excel 5 colon 10 for 2. If something is in a continuous form, in continuous cells, either continuous columns or in continuous rows, if I want to sum, then from the first cell reference till the last cell reference, I have to continue by using a colon sign. So there are 3 methods to apply this formula. Either you use, after using SUM formula, starting sum formula, you click on, by using mouse, click on the first value and then don't release the click and drag your mouse towards the last value which you want to add in obtain marks, and then you are going to close the bracket and press enter, so you will have the obtained marks. One way. Another way is, if your scroll lock is on, then how you can do this? By using equals to SUM and then selecting the sum formula by clicking on sum or pressing the tab button, and then you can, by left arrow key, you can move to the value which is from where you start the addition of obtained marks, and then press shift button and then right arrow key to the last till the last value, and then press, or you can say close the parenthesis and then press enter. Another way is you can type as well. How? Is equals to SUM. We have selected the formula. Now you are typing. So first value is in cell number F5. So I can type as well F5. It is not case sensitive. So either you write capital F or small f, it doesn't matter. And then 2 for continuity, 2 5 to J5. So for continuity, we have colon sign, colon, then J5. So I'm going to press by using keyboard J and 5. So see, again that range is selected, and then I'm going to close the parenthesis and press enter. Now you can double click on it so that the all obtained marks are available for all the students. There are some more way to add the values. One is by using sum formula. When your data is in the continuity, you can see this data is in the continuity. That if it is in continuous columns or if it is in continuous rows, then we use this range formula of sum. But sometimes our data is dispersed in different cells. For example, one value is available over here, another value is available over here, and one value is over here. Now if you want to sum, then it is not in, you cannot use the range formula of sum because values are dispersed in different sheets. You can see values are dispersed in different cells in a sheet. So if I want to sum over here, sum, then you can see is equals to some number. So first of all I have to click on the cell, first cell, any cell. I can click on 4 or 5 or 2 which I want to add. I have clicked on any one cell, then press comma, then on second cell, then press comma, then on third cell. All these values are going to be added. After that, I'm going to close the parenthesis and press enter. So this is another way of using sum. And there is a third way, which is non-technical way, which I can say sometimes I call this way as a desi way. That if you know mathematics, so in mathematics, in order to add, you don't use sum, you use addition. That one value plus another value plus another value. So same formula we can use in Microsoft Excel as well, is equals to first value plus second value. I just click on the cell reference address that is going to be taken by the formula itself, plus I'm going to click on this cell as well. So B16 value available on cell B16, E17 and B24, when I'm going to press enter, is going to be added over here. So this is the third way to perform the sum when, and this is a mathematical way. This is not by using any formula. This is just addition, that first value plus second value and plus. So this is the reason you can see I haven't write down any formula in start, that is sum formula or any other. This is just a basic mathematics formula. All right, so I'm deleting these values. Now what else I want to find? For example, minimum marks, minimum marks, maximum marks subject wise, and average marks subject wise. So I'm going to bold all these three values. So how I'm going to calculate? I have the formula for all these three things. Minimum for minimum marks, in order to find the minimum marks, we have minimum formula. So is equals to MIN. If I'm going to press MIN means it is minimum. It is a short of minimum, MIN. So I'm going to select MIN. From where to where? From student number 1 to student number 10 in subject 1, who has achieved the minimum marks. So I'm going to close the bracket and then press enter. So you can see 1, it means that student number 10 has achieved the minimum marks. Now I'm going to drag the same formula rightward so that it can be applied for all other subjects as well. So here you can see I'm doing bold all these values so that it can differentiate between the subject marks and the minimum marks and minimum, maximum, average marks of the formula. Now I'm going to calculate maximum. So is equals to MAX. Select this formula again from student number 1 to 10 who has achieved the maximum in subject 1. 95, you can see who has achieved the 95 marks, student number 1. Achha, you can see something is happening over here. Again and again my values are changing with respect to whenever I am going to press enter or run any formula. My values are changing again and again because I have generated these values by using random formula. If I'm going to click on any cell, you can see in formula bar I have random between formula available. So, and in any cell if I'm going to click, you can see we have random between formula available. So I want to make these values static. So what I have to do in order to make these values static, I'm going to select all these values generated by the random between formula. Then I'm going to copy So either control C is used to copy, or I can right click over here and click on copy. So I have copied the values generated by the formula. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on the selected region in anywhere inside the selected region, and I'm going to right click. After right clicking, you can see there are options of paste. There is an option of paste special. So I'm going to click on paste special. A window will be popped up. In this window, you can see first option is all means I want to keep the formula as well as the values generated by the formula. No, formula, it means that only formula will be displayed on in the cells and nothing else. No, I don't want this as well. Values, yes, I want to fix these values. So if I'm going to check on the values generated by the formula, what will happen that the value I will have all these values generated by the formula, and from the background formula will be eliminated. So after doing this, whenever I'm going to press on OK after checking on the values, you can see in this formula bar now, from now onwards, I whenever I'm going to click on any cell, I will have the value of that cell in this formula bar instead of this formula. So I'm going to click on OK. So you can see now I'm going to press in order to remove the highlighted area. I'm going to press first escape button and then click on any one cell, and now you can see that in formula bar I am having the values. Now these values are fixed, it's just not going to be changed anymore. All right, so the formula we have applied over here for maximum, I'm going to drag it rightward so that it is available for all other remaining fields. Similarly, we have average formula, so is equals to AVE. Whenever I am going to press AVE, there are lots of formulas: average, average A, average F, average Fs. So I want just simple average formula. I'm going to double click on average formula, and I want to see what average marks in subject one students achieved. So I'm going to select. It might be possible, mostly it happens that the value of average is not the value obtained by any student, because it is sum of all divided by total values. So when I'm going to close the parenthesis and press enter, I have all these average of subject number one, and I'm going to drag it again rightward for all the remaining things. Now I'm going to calculate the percentage obtained by the students. So number first, I'm going to press is equals to, what is the formula for percentage? Obtained marks divided by total marks multiplied by 100. So obtained marks divided by total marks. So every subject is having 100 marks. So we have 5 subjects. 100 5s are 500. So obtained marks that is available in cell number K5 divided by total marks, that is 500, and then multiply by 100 will give you the average. So multiply by 100 will give you the average. I can simplify it as well. 100 5s 500, so obtained marks divided by 5 will give you again the same result. So 44.6. Now I'm going to drag it downward so that I can have all these. Okay. Now I want to apply any logical calculations. So that I want to apply some logical calculations. So that I can see how many students are pass or fail. So my passing criteria is passing percentage is 60%. 60%. Otherwise, student is fail. Passing percentage is 60. So you can see I'm going to apply criteria of on 60. So there are logics, programmings that if you attain the certain things, then this will be happen. Otherwise, that will be happen. So we have if, simple if formulas. So if, sorry, first I have to press equals to, as I told you, whenever I'm going to apply the formula, I have to press equals to. Then if I'm going to select if. See, the formulas are very much self-explanatory. This is a programming type of formula, that is logical test we are applying over here. Logics we are applying over here. So if logical test we apply on percentage. So if we are going, I'm going to click on this percentage cell. If this percentage either greater than or equals to 60, if student achieves 60%, you can see if logical test is true, then value you want to print if it is true. Comma, it means that first I have to press comma. You can see in formula it is explained that after logical test, that is if percentage cell is greater than or equals to 60, if you achieve this, then try print p PASS pass on the report card of that student. And if he or she will not get 60, it means that this logical test is fail. Value if fail, what value you want to print on its report card. So whatever the text you want to print on report card, you have to use uh, inverted commas. If you are not going to use inverted commas in writing the text, the formula will give you error. So comma, after comma, you have whatever you want to write down, you have to write down in inverted commas. So write down, I'm going to start inverted commas. And if logical test is fail, value if fail, false means fail. If he cannot achieve 60% in exams, then we will print FAIL on its report card. And then we close the inverted commas, and then we close, I'm going to close the parenthesis and press enter. So this is how you can see we can check, make a criteria on the basis of which we can see our students status, at how many are pass and how many get fail. So this is very important formula, and because the grading scheme we are going to apply on the same criteria, but this is a single criteria, 6 pass and fail. Over there we have multiple logics, which is named as nested if. That it means that uh, condition inside condition inside condition, it's like a loop programming loop, that if you achieve this, this will happen. If you are going to achieve this, this will happen. If you are going to achieve this, this will happen. And if you're not going to achieve anything, then you will be treated as fail. So I am giving you a grading scheme so that you know how we are how, on what criteria we judge our students in the form of grades, and that in which percentage marks or they obtain in what I can say, what group of what is the group of percentage for A grade, what is the group of percentages for B plus, B, C, and F. So for example, you can have different universities have different criteria. I am selecting one criteria. It might be vary with from with respect to the institute and the universities. So for me, the criteria I am selecting over here is if student achieve marks from 88 to 100, if he will be awarded A grade. I'm selecting all these cells and doing it center aligned. This is the option from where we can center align our values, and also doing bold as well. And for A grade we have GPA 4, but if that person achieve marks between 81 to 87, we will give B plus grade and 3.5 GPA. Similarly, percentages between 74 to 80 will be treated as B grade and GPA 3. I'm writing over here. After doing it center aligned and bold, range of percentage, grade we are going to assign on in this range, and GPA. Similarly, if students achieve marks between 67 to 73%, we will give C plus grade and GPA will be 2.5. Similarly, if from minimum passing percentage, that is 60 to 67, he or she will achieve, we will give that student C grade and its GPA will be 2. And if he or she will achieve the percentage from 0 to 59, that is not acceptable in pass grade, so we will give F grade and 0 GPA. Sometimes I used to tell that this is the friendship grade. F grade is the friendship grade of a student, because he is going to repeat these courses again, so he has friendship with these courses. All right, so this is the criteria, and if I want to select my grades among this criteria, I have to do is I have to assume that my passing criteria is 88. That how how I'm going to apply this formula in order to make it simple. Instead of ratifying this entire formula, I am giving you a specific simple logic that in status formula we are having 60 minimum criteria to pass, otherwise student is treated as fail. In a similar way, in order to understand this logic, we will simply understand that we have maximum and minimum form value only. So maximum value starts from 88 percentage and minimum, otherwise he will achieve F grade. Why I am doing this? So that you do not have to rectify the entire formula. And if you rectify the entire formula, and if you miss any logic, and or you can I can say that अगर आपसे कहीं से गलत कोई बटन प्रेस हो जाता है, तो in that case what happened, formula is not going to be run, and you have to make that formula entire formula again, so it wastes your entire time. So what I'm going to do is see my logic. Now I think before I doing these different types of grades, first of all what I am going to do is I am going to add my few students marks so that I can have multiple percentages available over here. Mostly I have failed students available in my list, so I'm going to change some scores so that I can generate multiple results by using that formula, grade formula. So for example, first student, I want to make the first student marks in A grade. So all marks I'm going to give that students above 88. So see, percentage is now 91. Similarly, I'm going to change the percentage of second student as well and try to make it between the B plus grade. So B plus is, for example, 82, 83, 84, 85, and 86. So now this percentage is in B plus category. Then B category, we have 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. Now 76 is in the category of B grade. Now I'm changing the marks: 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. So now this result is in the category of C plus, and this is already in the category of C and fail. So I have multiple percentages so that I can, if I'm going to apply the formula accurately, I can have multiple grades. I can see the multiple grades by using. So I'm going to uh, start applying the formula from where my maximum grade minimum percentages started. So maximum grade minimum percentages started from 88. ठीक है, थोड़ी देर के लिए assume कर लें कि आप NED या डाओ का टेस्ट दे रहे हैं और वहाँ के लिए एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया ही ए ग्रेड है, अदरवाइज यू आर नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल. सो इज इक्वल्स टू इफ your percentage greater than your percentage, sorry, see, this is what happen if you press any, if you press anywhere other than your required values. So this is going to be happen.